Hello students, welcome to South City PCMB channel. This channel provides you all contents of all subjects and all classes. Also this is free of cost. So please do like, share and subscribe this channel. I am Prachi Gupta, your maths mentor. Today I am here to teach you about fractions of class 5. So let's start. So first I'm going to tell you about the fractions, that what is fractions. When an object is divided into a number of equal parts, then each part is called fraction. So what is this? Whenever we have to divide or distribute any of the thing into equal parts, then each part after distribution we get is known as the fraction of that complete thing or complete part. Also, that's why fraction is known as a part of a whole. That means a complete thing is when divided into some equal parts, then each part is known as the fraction of that whole. For example, you can see a picture of this cake. This cake is distributed into several parts. As you can see this, some parts are there. This each part is known as fraction of this cake. Clear? Let's move further. Now I am going to tell you about some parts of fraction. How we represent fraction? We represent fraction in the form of numerator and denominator. Okay, so the number which is above the bar in a fraction, that means when we place any of the number in above the bar, that number is called numerator. Also, numerator tells the equal parts of a whole group or group are being considered. That means whatever be the required part is represented by the numerator. Okay, now next, denominator. Similarly, when we write any of the number below the bar is known as denominator. It tells the total number of equal parts. That means whenever you distribute or divide any of the thing into equal parts, then the total parts you have divided is considered as a denominator. So in denominator we always take equal total parts, and in numerator we take required part, whatever they asked. For example, we can see a picture is given over here. In this, you can see this square is divided into 3 equal parts, 1, 2 and 3. Also, you can see in this one part is shaded. Clear? So, as I told you, whenever you have to write the fraction, then in denominator we always write equal number of parts, and we can see in this picture this figure is divided into 3 equal parts. That means in denominator we write 3, and for numerator we take the required parts. Here in this they have shaded the one picture, one part of the whole. That means in numerator we write 1. Now also, how we can read this? How we will read this? This will read as 1 by 3, or we can say it 1 upon 3. Also we can say it 1/3. So in this way we pronounce fractions. Now let's move further. Now let's take some examples. you can see some pictures are given to you. Let's read the heading. Find the denominator of these fractions. You can see 4 pictures are there and these pictures are divided into some equal parts. Okay? And they are asking about the denominators, and we know in denominator we write the total number of equal parts. Now let's do this. In this first figure we can see this circle is divided into 4 equal parts. That means the denominator of this one is 5. Similarly, this triangle is divided into 3 equal parts. That means the denominator of this shape is 3. Next one, this figure is divided into 2 parts. So, denominator is 2 and the total parts of this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So, the denominator is 8. Hope so this is clear to you. Now, next. In the same way, here we have to find the numerator of the given figures. As we know, denominator represent total equal parts and numerator represent the required parts. Here some parts are shaded, so we have to take the numerator of these shaded parts. In this one, you can see this figure is divided into 4 equal parts, but the 3 parts are shaded, so we take the numerator as 3. In the next one, here 2 parts are shaded out of 3, so our numerator is 2. In the next one, we can see only 1 part is shaded, so the numerator is 1. And in the last one, how many parts are shaded? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the numerator is 5. Hope so it's clear. Now what we have to learn? We have to learn about how we write fractions, numerator and denominator together. So in these figures you can see some equal parts are given to you, some parts are shaded. So in denominator we have to take equal number of parts and numerator we have to take shaded parts. Let's do it. In this one, first one you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Total parts are 5. In denominator we will write 5. Now let's count how many parts are shaded. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in numerator we will write 4. And how we will read this? We will read this 4 by 5, 4 upon 5, 4 fifth. Next one, again it is divided into 4 equal parts. So the denominator is 4 and 1 part is shaded. So numerator is 1. We will read it as 1/4, 1 by 5. In the third one, we can see it is divided into 3 parts. So the denominator is 3 and the numerator is 2 because 2 parts are shaded. Now in the next one, this is a figure in which 9 equal parts are given to you. So denominator is 9 and as you can see 6 parts are shaded out of 9. So in numerator we will write 6 and what we will call it 6 upon 9, 6 by 9 or 6/9. Clear? Now we are going to learn, first we are going to solve this problem. This is a simple word problem based on pizza. Let's read it. Bessie and I ordered a large pizza. 2 persons are there, Bessie and someone I. They have ordered a large pizza and the large pizza is cut into 8 equal slices. You know, you all have seen pizza is divided into some slices, so their large pizza have 8 slices. That means the total distribution of that pizza is 8. If Bessie ate 3 slices, Bessie have eaten 3 slices from the 8 slices, so you have to tell how much of the pizza did he eat. You have to tell about the fraction of the part that Bessie ate. So as we know, in numerator we have, in denominator we have to write total equal parts. You can see here, large pizza is divided into 8 equal parts, so the denominator is 8, and Bessie have eaten 3 slices. So in numerator we take 3 and the fraction will become 3 upon 8. Now next, here we are going to learn about some types of fraction. Fraction are also of different types. First one is proper fraction. As you know, fraction is a part of a whole. Got it? So the fraction whose value is less than 1 is considered as a proper fraction. Also in simple language we can learn a fraction in which numerator is smaller than denominator is known as proper fraction. Next one is improper fraction. This is just opposite to the proper fraction. In proper fraction, the value of fraction is greater than 1. A fraction whose value is greater than 1 or equal to 1 is known as improper fraction. Also, simply we can say fraction in which numerator is greater than denominator is known as improper fraction. They are just opposite. In proper, numerator is smaller than denominator, and in improper, numerator is greater than denominator. Let's move further. This is mixed fraction. A mixed fraction have value greater than 1. Also it is a combination of whole part and a fractional part. So a fraction which forms by a combination of a one whole number and fraction is known as mixed fraction. Now let's see some example of these 3 fractions. Here we can see, as I told you, in proper fraction, numerator is smaller than denominator. We can see the example here in this fraction. 7 upon 20 is given over here. 7 is smaller than 20, so this is proper. In the next one you can see here 27 is greater than 12, that means numerator is greater than 12, so we will call it improper fraction. And the next one we can see one complete number, that means whole is given to you, and one fraction is given to you, and the combination of a whole and a fraction form mixed fraction or mixed number. How we will read it? We will read it as 10 whole 5 upon 7, because here we write is a whole, so also we call it whole. 10 whole 5 by 7. Clear? Now let's practice some examples. Here you have to identify which of the fractions are proper, improper or mixed. So let's see. In the first one it is written 5 by 6. So numerator is smaller than denominator, so we will call it proper fraction. In the next one we can see this is 9 by 9. And you know 9 by 9, that means its value is equal to 1, and I told you in case of proper fraction, a fraction whose value is greater than 1 or equal to 1 is known as improper fraction. So this is improper fraction. In the next one, this is whole 1 by 3, and combination of whole and a fraction is considered as mixed fraction. Fourth one, 11 by 8, numerator is greater than denominator, that means it is also this is improper fraction. And in the last one, 4 by 7 is given to you, and you can see here numerator is smaller, so it is taken as proper fraction. Hope so this is clear to you. Now let's move further. Here I am going to tell you about one more concept, that whenever we have a improper fraction, then in case of improper fraction, always we have to convert them into a mixed fraction. So I am going to tell you how we can convert this improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Let's see. For this we have to divide this. We will take numerator as a dividend and denominator as a divisor. Because divisor is smaller than dividend, so the denominator is smaller over here, so we will take it as, let's see. Now let's divide 3 and 7. 3 2s are 6. When you will subtract it, you will get 1. Now how we will write it? We will take this quotient as a whole. We are changing this improper fraction into a mixed fraction, and we will write mixed fraction as a combination of whole and a fraction. So we take this quotient as a whole in place of whole, and this remainder is taken as a numerator, and this divisor is taken as denominator, or we can also say that denominator will never change. This is our mixed 2 whole 1 by 3. Now let's do the second part. Here 11 by 4. So we take 11 as a dividend and 4 as a divisor. Let's divide it. 4 2s are 8. When we subtract it, we will get 3. Again we take quotient as a whole, that means 2 will written as a whole, and remainder is taken as numerator and denominator will same. So 2 whole 3 by 4 is our answer. Next one, 9 and 2. Let's divide. 2 4s are 8 minus 1. Clear? Again we can write 4 is quotient, so we will take as a whole. 1 is remainder, so we write in place of numerator, and denominator will same. 4 whole 1 by 2. Now we are going to move on next pattern, which is just opposite to this. Now we have to learn how we will convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction. Here what we have to do, you can see mixed number is a combination of whole and a fraction, that means numerator and denominator. Here what we do, we multiply this whole and denominator. This is a rule of converting mixed fraction into improper. First we multiply this whole and denominator, and whatever we will get, we add with the numerator. Got it? And in case of denominator, we write same. Denominator will never change. Next, now let's practice it. This is 3 whole 2 by 5. So according to the formula, we will solve it. What we will do, first we will multiply whole and denominator, and we will add with numerator. In denominator, we write same. Now let's do it. 5 3s are 15, and when we'll add it to 15 plus 2, 17. Denominator is same, so our fraction will become 17 upon 5. Let's do the next one. This is 1 whole 3 by 4. Again, we will multiply 1 and 4, add the numerator, write denominator. 4 ones are 4 and plus 3, 7. 7 upon 4. Next, this is 4 whole 1 by 2. We can also do it directly. We will multiply it 4 and 2. 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 1, 9 upon 2. Clear? Now one more type of fraction is there, like and unlike fractions. Like fractions are the fractions in which denominators are same. Suppose we have 2 or more than 2 fractions, and all fractions having the same denominator, then we will consider them as a like fraction. Also we can see example 2 by 7 and 5 by 7. Both of these fractions have 7 as denominator, so this is considered as a like fraction. Next one is unlike. Again, this is just opposite to it. A fraction which have different denominators is known as unlike fraction. Here 3 and 5 is written as denominator and both are different, so we will write it as a unlike fractions. Now let's do some examples, practice some examples. We have to identify whether they are like or unlike. Simply, we will focus on denominator. In question 1, 2 fractions are given, 3 by 7 and 5 by 7. We have to see the denominator. Both of the fractions have 7 as denominator. Denominators are same, so we will consider as like fraction. In question number 2, 4 upon 9 and 2 upon 5 is given. 5 and 9, 2 denominators are there. Both are different, so we will consider it as unlike fraction. And the last question is there. 6 upon 10 and 1 upon 10. These two fractions have same denominator, that is 10. So it is like fraction. Next, last type of fraction is there, that is unit fraction. You know the meaning of unit. Unit represents 1. A fraction where the numerator is 1 and the denominator is a positive integer is known as unit fraction. Any of the fraction which have 1 as numerator and any of the positive number is written as denominator is known as unit fraction. We can see here examples 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. All have 1 as numerator and a positive integer as denominator. So this is called unit fraction. Hope so this is clear to you all. Thank you for watching my video. Hope so my topic is clear to you all. If you have any query, you can ask me in comment section. Also, do more like, subscribe and share this channel, as this channel provides you free content of all classes and all subjects. Thank you. We will meet in next part. Thank you.